It's a new year. A lot of things have changed and are about to change, as you can probably tell with the new shelf setup that I've got going on behind me. I moved. But in terms of making other changes this year, there is no better way to start than by reflecting on goals made last year and setting some for 2023. My name is Amy Rosenfeld, and this week we are talking writing goals. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, it's a new year. Let's refreshen things up a little bit, shall we? Happy freaking new year, everybody! It's 2023, and we're still in the middle of a bloody pandemic. Now, people out here, they're, making their resolutions and stuff, but whatever happened to just simple goals? It rolls off the tongue way better than resolutions, right? So what we'll be doing today is we'll be going over the video I made last year in which I made some writing goals and other little fun goals for 2022. We're gonna see at the end of this how they all went, and we're gonna set some goals for 2023 while we're at it as well. And as you are about to find out, last year was quite a pick and mix. I really hope people outside of New Zealand and Australia know what I mean when I say that. So Amy, from a year ago, what was the first goal that we made? Finish writing ASTER'S CODA semblance. Oh yeah, that one was an easy one to hit. I hit it later than I wanted to. I think I said I wanted to be done by June, but I ended up finishing it in July instead. I mean, it's still pretty close, and I still call that a win in my books, because as you're about to find out, there's a lot more losses in last year's goals. I am deep in edits right now. I wouldn't say knee deep or super deep yet, because I've only edited the first quarter of the novel because a lot of stuff got in the way, but I've got time off work right now and I don't have to have as big of a commute into my workplace, so that leaves me half an hour extra time each day that I can spend doing writing stuff, including editing semblance. I'm still gonna aim for 2024 as the publish date. 2023 if things go to plan, but I don't expect it until early 2024 at the very earliest. I really need to get my shit together. A 3-year gap between publishing books isn't desirable, so start writing a non-ASTER'S CODA book once the sequel is done. This one is another yes, but I'm already unhappy with what I've written. I've written 3 chapters of this novel, which is, not a lot. It's not like it's got 5 chapters, it's got, chapters into the 20s when I planned it. But I really don't like it because the first 2 chapters, maybe even the 3rd one that I've written, feel like filler. I think I'm gonna have to put this one on the back burner because semblance is a bit more of a priority right now. This would still be a nice slow-going project that I can do to take up time, I don't know, when I'm waiting for edits on some of my other ASTER'S CODA books. I can gradually get this out into the world. I'll slow burn this one, unlike the romance between Echo and Orpheus. I'm still pretty into this story so far. I just hope that I won't lose motivation on this project in that time. Post short videos on YouTube. You can literally just stare at my YouTube channel to know how that is going. Look, it's hard enough coming up with short form content on one platform, let alone a second platform, without making the two of them a copy, because I do not want them to be copies of each other. But the direction that social media is taking right now, it keeps telling me I should. I'm gonna start it next year for sure. I don't know how that's gonna go if I could keep it up, because I've struggled to come up with ideas for January alone. But you'll see them coming soon, and I'll hopefully get into a groove of things with them. Make an entire cosplay from scratch. Okay, so here's the thing. My sewing skills in terms of making garments and stuff are very basic. That and craft projects can get hard. They can. And I realize now that cosplay is cool and aesthetic, but very hard in execution. It's probably not going to be something I'm going to take up. I have so much admiration for cosplayers who are able to make their own costumes now. I don't think I'm ever going to make this a goal right now. I mean, maybe in 7 years I'm going to start cosplaying, but who knows? Let's just leave cosplay in the dust respectfully. Add 2 gigs to my Fiverr. Is it obvious that I wrote this goal when I didn't have a full-time job? I don't plug my Fiverr enough because life is busy enough for me as a Jane of all trades. And furthermore, yeah, I just wasn't getting gigs. I got 1 gig in the course of that year through Fiverr. So that combined with how busy I am right now, you could probably tell I'm not linking my Fiverr lately. It's being left in the dust, respectfully. I can pick that up again when I start to, you know, be in a more comfortable position to do that, and also when I gain more of a skill set. I think I need to develop my skill set a little bit more before going back onto Fiverr, because one thing that would be really cool would be stuff like book covers. Guest a write-in live stream. I accomplished this goal way early on. I was blessed to talk in a panel on SD Houston's channel discussing author branding. It was my first time in a panel of the like, and I was a little bit shy, but I still had an absolute blast. I was too busy this year to partake in another live stream like that, or to be able to, you know, even view one because time zones suck ass. But this year is different. I have plans to partake in more, so if you ever want me for my services, please hit me up. I should be able to participate better, fingers crossed, because, you know, time zones exist. Make a choose your own adventure style video. Again, I achieved this very early on. Does that mean I'm gonna do one again? Probably not. And if you're gonna go looking for it now, it's not there because I deleted it. Because I reread a bunch of the books in that thing after, and my opinions of them have changed drastically. And so I thought it was just easier, instead of trying to find a replacement and backfilm or anything like that, to just delete it. I don't think I've read enough books to be able to make one cohesive enough, so yeah, that's the last you're probably gonna see of that. Read 1 book a week on average. I swear to God, when it comes to any of my reading goals, I'm always super close. And I either hit it or I don't by like 1. A margin of 1. So did I pass this one? As I'm filming this, I do not know, because it's the end of December that I am filming this video. I'll just have it show up on the screen with either a success sound or a fail sound. Regardless, it's good to know my ability with this challenge now. I have never committed to reading this many books before, not since I was a kid, and you could barely count the chapter books I was reading as chapter books because they were so thin. So I'm glad I picked up this habit during the 2021 lockdowns to be able to read so much and so consistently. My love for reading has been rekindled. Is that why they call it a Kindle? Get to 200 YouTube subscribers. I was shooting for the stars with this one. I did manage to get a big algorithm boost from that video that I did on asexuality. If you came from that particular video and are now watching this, hi, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking around. Things are looking up. And I hope you'll continue to stick around for when we hit 200 subs, because I got something extra special planned. Start a reading journal. Oh, this was a very easy goal to hit. My 4th video last year was to show off said reading journal, and your girl did a pretty good job. I kept it up throughout the rest of the year. It was genuinely so therapeutic to do this. And next week's video will be covering my updated journal, showing both the progress that I have made and what to expect for next year's journal, kind of. Yeah, this is the first goal I ever achieved for 2022. 2023's one has been sussed out, and I've even set aside a book for 2024 because I'm that pretentious. So stick around for the first look at my reading journal in next week's video, and you can check the full spreads as I update them on my Instagram. That's cool, isn't it? Yeah? That is my 2022 goals sorted. With a half success rate, kinda. That's like a pass. That's like a C-. That's good. That being said, we need to get into my goals for next year, and oh boy, there's a lot of them. Right, 30% of Maledict's book 1. I'm not even a quarter of the way through. And as I'm editing a different book at the same time, I definitely know that I need to take Maledict's slower when writing it. So that's why I'm gonna set 30% as my percentage right now. So it's gonna be very slow coming for the Maledict series because there's 7 books planned. I think I will be fine. I think that's definitely doable with everything going on. Finish the critique partner process for Semblance. I need to work on my edits for Semblance so I can get it out into the world ASAP. So I'm hoping that to at least start the CPs, sometime this year, but if I can finish them as well, that would be fan-friggin-tastic. I do need a couple of extra critique partners and some beta readers though, so contact me please. Put in a comment, send me a message on my Instagram if you want to be a CP or a beta reader. Outline ASTER'S CODA corruption, with my priority being on the ASTER'S CODA series and the changes that the characters made in book 2. I need to solidify the plans to write book 3 and sort out what is actually going on in there. I have most of it done as it is. I just have to sort out properly the order of things, and especially how characters that weren't going to be involved before will be involved now. It should be pretty straightforward for me to do. I need to get this done regardless. Do some in-person writing and bookish events. I chose a really great time to publish my debut novel. It was a month before we went into our second lockdown. And now that I'm in the situation that I'm in now, I think I'm going to be in a good-ish position to be able to do some more bookish events in my community, especially now that the place that I'm living in has way more bookstores than when I was at home. Just a bunch of New Zealand networking, maybe even out of town. Guest for streams. Also, now that I have settled, I have more space to do some more networking with you guys. We love that, and I think 4 is a good amount to aim for this early on. I already have 1 guesting penciled in. It will be happening. I will be promoting it on my channel for you to go and check out when I'm allowed to reveal the dates and stuff. And please contact me if you want me to guest other live streams, because I am hilarious company. Please be my friend. Hit 200 subscribers and start monthly live streams. Once I hit 200 subs, I'm going to be putting this plan in place that I have been wanting to input for a while. Monthly live streams, each one happening with a different sort of theme surrounding it. And there will be some guests, some games, and just a whole bunch of fun. Some of the ideas I have, of course, are the ASTER'S CODA July stream, AuthorTube August, and Book Talktober for book talk based books. There may be some productivity sprints in there as well because, you know, they're fun sometimes. Get 1,700 TikTok followers. Yes, another social media followers goal. My climb to my first 1,000 followers was pretty fast and not something I entirely expected. But that's just because the TikTok algorithm can be very generous with someone who's under 100 or 1,000. Once you pass that mark, you really gotta start putting your work in. I don't think I can get to 2,000 with the count I have today unless I become severely viral. 1,700 seems a lot more reasonable. By the way, check the description and follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. Have 4 guests on the backspace. I want to keep up my interview series as slow going as it is, with 4 more episodes of the backspace penciled in for this year. I've got some people in mind and I will be making my rounds to scout some guests, but if you want to be on the backspace, or if you have anybody who wants to, just, you know, hit me up. I love this series so much and I wish I could do it more, but these videos take me a lot longer to edit, so that's why they don't happen as frequently. Post 6 vlogs. Another video style I have been fond of lately have been my vlog videos. The second or third video in my vlogs that I posted really helped me work out what my vlogging style was. And because of that and the humorous ways that I like to edit it, I want to be able to try and continue that going forward. If I plan events for the year to do, then I think it can be really cool. One that I really want to do is, maybe even multiple of, is checking out local bookstores and just going in and like showing you the vibes and stuff, because some of them can be really, really cozy. I also might go on a writing retreat this year, so that could be some potential vlogging material. Read 20 books by queer authors and or authors of color. I still haven't decided while filming this how many books I do want to read this year, but I do have one reading goal as a part of it, and that is to diversify the books that I'm reading. My TBR is already piling with books that can fill the queer and the people of color criteria, but you can always do better. So hopefully this incentive will help me make my bookshelf a little less straight and white. read more than 60 books. This is about as solid as my reading goal is going to get, is that I just want to read more than 60. I'm getting better at this reading thing now because I'm finding more books that fit my style, and I'm a lot more willing to DNF since I read The Old Curiosity Shop, and I wish I did not finish that. I don't like having my time wasted. I may have exceeded last year's goal if I haven't read Arthur Dickens. Don't read Charles Dickens. That's my lesson. So we're kicking it up to 60 books at a minimum this year. Plan and start drafting a Kindle Vella series. Kindle Vella is hot right now, and I want to get into it. Why haven't I? It's not available in New Zealand just yet. But it's reminding me of my Wattpad days from my youth, which I kind of enjoyed, and I can at least start making plans for it now. First, of course, being what I'm going to choose as my Vella series stories, because I have too many book ideas as it is that I had to make a journal just noting what each of these stories were and having space to brainstorm. So planning is the best thing I can do right now because I'm not even sure how soon I'd be able to write a full series. Commit to those monthly newsletters. I started an email newsletter thing when I hit 100 subscribers and I fell off it very quick. I sucked at keeping it up. I think the main thing was because I didn't have very many exciting things to talk about. So maybe I just need to make sure that everything does have something cool in it. Hopefully I can achieve that. I've got a content calendar in the works right now to make everything possible. Staying positive, bro. So I guess that makes this 2 goals in 1. Let me know what you guys want to see in my newsletter as well. That might help me come up with some ideas. And write a short story in the ASTER'S CODA universe. This will be a dangling carrot to get you to sign up for my newsletter before it comes out. The working title of this short story is Suspension, and it fills a gap in the narrative of ASTER'S CODA, Exposure, through the perspective of Jeff. This basically goes into his side of the story between chapters 2 and 6. Which is a really cool thing that happened that I sadly couldn't write because the entire story is through Abby's perspective, and during that period she's unconscious. Well, not all of that period, but a significant part of it. But this is gonna go into it for you guys. So there is now literally no better time to pick up my novel than now so you can ascertain what I'm talking about and what might be going through Jeff's mind and space during this period, because we already know what happens to Abby. And with that, those are all my goals for 2023. If I can pass at least 7 of them, I'm gonna be very happy, but we'll see how it goes. You never know what curveballs get thrown at you. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. You can ring that bell to find out when I post more creative content. And check down in the description for my Instagram, my TikTok, my website, and now my story graph. I'm getting that updated now. So stay creative, everybody, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.